Time for breakfast. We are beginning the book of Ephesians. Shaul, an emissary of Yeshua Messiah, by the desire of Elohim, to the set-apart ones who are in Ephesus and true to Messiah Yeshua. Forever to you, our favor to you, and peace from Elohim, our Father, and the Master Yeshua Messiah. Blessed be the Elohim and Father of our Master Yeshua Messiah, who has blessed us with every spiritual blessing in the heavenlies in Messiah, even as he chose us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be set apart and blameless before him in love, having previously ordained us to adoption as sons through Yeshua Messiah to himself, according to the good pleasure of his desire, to the praise of the esteem of his favor, with which he favored us in the beloved, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of trespasses, according to the riches of his favor, which he has lavished on us in all wisdom and insight, having made known to us the secret of his desire, according to his good pleasure, which he purposed in him, to administer at the completion of time, to gather together in one all in Messiah, both which are in the heavens and which are on the earth in him, in whom also we did obtain an inheritance, being previously ordained according to the purpose of him, working all matters according to the counsel of his desire, for us to be the praise of his esteem, those having first trusted in Messiah, in whom you also, having heard the word of the truth, the good news of your deliverance, in whom also having believed, you were sealed with the set-apart Spirit of promise, who is the pledge of our inheritance until the redemption of the purchased possession, to the praise of his esteem. For this reason, I too, having heard of your belief in the Messiah Yeshua and your love for the set-apart ones, do not cease giving thanks for you, making mention of you in my prayers, that Elohim of our Master Yeshua Messiah, the Father of esteem, would give you a spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of him, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, so that you know what is the expectation of his calling, and what are the riches of the esteem of his inheritance in the set-apart ones, and what is the exceeding greatness of his power toward us, who are believing according to the working of his mighty strength, which he wrought in the Messiah when he raised him from the dead and seated him at the right hand in the heavenlies, far above all rule and authority and power and mastery and every name that is named, not only in this age, but also in that which is to come. And he put under his feet and gave him to be head over all to the assembly, which is his body, the completeness of him who fills all in all. And you were dead in trespasses and sins, in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the ruler of the authority of the air, of the spirit that is now working in the sons of disobedience, among whom also we all once lived in the lusts of our flesh, doing the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, as also the rest. But Elohim, who is rich in compassion, because of his great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with Messiah. By favor you have been saved, and raised us up together and made us sit together in the heavenlies in Messiah Yeshua, in order to show in the coming ages the exceeding riches of his favor and kindness toward us in Messiah Yeshua. For by favor you have been saved through belief, and that not of yourself, it is a gift of Elohim. It is not by works, so that no one should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Messiah Yeshua unto good works, which Elohim prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. Therefore, remember that you, once nations in the flesh, who are called the uncircumcision, by what is called the circumcision, made in the flesh by hands, that at that time you were without Messiah, excluded from the citizenship of Yisrael, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no expectation, and without Elohim in this world. But now in Messiah Yeshua, you who once were far off, have been brought near by the blood of Messiah. For he is our peace, who has made both one, and having broken down the partition of the barrier, having abolished in his flesh and the enmity, the Torah of the commands in dogma, so as to create in himself one renewed man from the two, thus making peace, and to completely restore to favor both of them unto Elohim in one body through the stake, having destroyed the enmity by it. And having come, he brought as good news peace to you who were far off, and peace to those near. Because through him we both have access to the Father by one Spirit. So then, you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens of the set-apart ones, and members of the household of Elohim, having been built upon the foundation of the emissaries and prophets, Yeshua Messiah himself being chief cornerstone, in whom all the building, being joined together, grows into a set-apart dwelling place in Yehovah, in whom you also are being built together into a dwelling of Elohim in the Spirit. Because of this, I, Shaul, am the prisoner of Yeshua Messiah on behalf of you nations. If indeed you have heard of the administration of the favor of Elohim that was given to me for you, that by revelation was made known to me the secret, as I wrote before briefly. In reading this, then you are able to understand my insight into the secret of Messiah, which was not made known to the sons of men in other generations, and it has now been revealed by the Spirit to his set-apart emissaries and prophets, the nations to be co-heirs, united in the same body, and partakers together in the promise in Messiah through the good news, of which I became a servant according to the gift of the favor of Elohim given to me, according to the working of his power, to me, the very least of all the set-apart ones. This favor was given to bring the good news of the unsearchable riches of Messiah among the nations, and to make all see how this secret is administered, which for ages past has been hidden in Elohim, who created all through Yeshua Messiah, so that now through the assembly the many-sided wisdom of Elohim might be known to the principalities and authorities in the heavenlies, according to the everlasting purpose which he made in Messiah, Yeshua, our Master, in whom we have boldness and access with reliance through belief in him. I pray, therefore, that you do not lose heart at my presence on your behalf, which is your esteem. For this reason I bow my knees to the Father of our Master Yeshua Messiah, from whom all fatherhood in the heavens and earth is named, in order that he might give you, according to the riches of his esteem, by power, to be strengthened in the inner man through his Spirit, that the Messiah might dwell in your hearts through belief, having become rooted and grounded in love, in order that you might be strengthened to firmly grasp with all the set apart ones what is the width and length and depth and height, to know the love of Messiah, which surpasses knowledge, in order that you might be filled to all completeness of Elohim, and to him who is able to do exceedingly above what we ask or think, according to the power that is working in us. To him be esteem in the assembly by Messiah Yeshua unto all generations, forever and ever. Amen.